8 in the morning. I think we haven't been on the river so early. Well, it's not early in that sense, but for us it is. So we decided to stick around on the same river and just gather some information, maybe for springtime or for other times, and just stick around here. We're gonna have to drive around a couple times again. On the downside, there is a little bit of a potential good spots, a little bit upstream, and let's try to trick some fish into action. We are fishing with a big hefty dry fly and a little bit smaller wet fly, not a nymph necessarily. And let's see. The air temperature is 7 degrees right now. You can't even imagine that after a couple of hours it's gonna be hot as in June again. Right now we do feel like it's fall time. A little bit more suitable weather right now. And the water temperature is around 12 to 15 degrees. So the water is a little bit warmer than the air we're breathing. I decided to put on like a spider wet fly and not an nymph as usual, because the water level is so low, too heavy, and it's getting caught on the bottom all the time. So I think the wet fly, which sinks like maybe 30 centimeters down slowly, or 20 centimeters down, is gonna do the trick for us. Maybe try for a couple of casts. It's so cold, my fingers are even freezing. Looks like there has been a bridge at some point, and this has been yet another hydroelectric station, and as you can see, it is no more. And this house was like an old hydroelectric station, like planned, and now it looks like it's getting renewed or something, as something else probably. But there's a nice rapid. This place actually asks for a nymph a little bit, because it seems like it gets quite deep there. I'm sending my flies way out there. This water level we're experiencing this year has never been like it before. So this year, when we decided to film those little fly fishing videos, was actually one of the worst years to do it, because it's just so dry all the time, and all those rivers are just depleted. and we can just hope that maybe next year is going to be different, and nothing more actually. Oh yeah, a lazy cast there. Because there's a little rapid which is probably like knee deep, and it's considered like knee deep water right now is considered a big nice hole. When we approached the place where there were trout yesterday, and they are taking without any question. Grayling are those ones that are so picky. The bottom wet fly as well. There was a strike on the wet fly. I'm just setting up the smallest wet flies and smallest nymphs I have. Now already you can see a fish just rising and darting down, and now have a grub pattern on the bottom. Just can't make him strike. And I don't know how many flies should I go through to find which one they like. The answer was going super small. But the fish actually is a really beautiful one. I have never seen this one on the Grayling. Yeah, this tiny one. Oh, this is a nice footprint here. At least it's from a moose, like size comparison. But it looks like actually there's two, like maybe front leg and back leg, hind leg. Like here's the front one, and then the back one just going like this. But it's a big one still. Pretty fresh one as well, looks like. Well, this looks like a fishy spot. I can tell that it gets pretty deep there. And there are some nice rapids as well. Some trout hiding there as well. But that's just me talking. Probably not the case. Fish with tiny nymphs. This is like the deepest spot I have stood in this whole morning. And looks like a nice little bend with tree cover, shade from the rock, like overhanging rock, and just surprised that we're not getting anything. But I think what I have to do is just take a note and take a look at that hydroelectric station data and seeing how high the water is, like market, okay, I'm not coming here when it's this low, because the spots are really good. But if the water would have been like I don't know, 15 centimeters above, or 10 at least, I'm sure that fish might be holding on into those places all around, and we would have much more fun than we're now. I have a big tangle going on, and we're also approaching the end of the section which we wanted to look out for tomorrow, this morning. So I don't know what's a bit further. Could be a couple more decent spots, but yeah, I think after those 3-4 bends, the river gets weird again. At least it looked like in Google Maps previously. And not so long after, here he is. Another microscopic grayling. Who can live in such conditions, in such waters? Those tiny fish can. Those tiny nymphs are getting them. This place is absolutely amazing, with all the right spots and all the right... Oh, yeah, we got something almost. With all the right characters that a grayling and trout stream should have. Those big rocks and riffles and everything. We got fish. Then it came off. It ran into my leg and it came off. But yeah, there is everything that we would need to catch those fish, like more than we are doing, but not in this water level. Again, one a little bit bigger. Where's my line? There it is. Oh yeah, this one's nice. Finally something more worthy. Not even coming up. Don't come off. Don't come off. Angled. Ah, got it. Ooh, what's happening? What's happening? Well, this is something you could call a grayling already, but still on the smaller side. But after what we have caught, this one's nice. I wanted to just let the fish calm down a little bit, so we could show it a little bit more. Sometimes when you turn them upside down, they're like calming down pretty much. We had that nice little... I couldn't get the fish to rise up, and she was like almost tangling between my legs as the previous one. This one stayed on, fortunately. And yeah, I would say a decent fish on a tiny nymph, which I can only think of how they're seeing this thing underwater. It's amazing. But yeah, they are. No. So we have had a little bit of fun in the end today. I mean, in the morning. We are now, as I said previously, approaching the ending of the section, but we decided to move on a little bit more, and now we're actually even closer to the place where you have to hike out, because there's this hydro station. Yeah, we're just gonna hike to our car in a minute and change spots a little bit. And as I'm talking, there are some smaller grayling just hitting that dry fly and not seeing my nymph. So I'm just saying, take the nymph, in my head. But yeah, see you in a bit, I guess. We have traveled back to the past a little bit, or we're in the place where, close to the place where we ended yesterday's session. Yeah, I did scout whole evening yesterday before going to bed, and this morning a little bit, where to go, some more additional places. But yeah, the best case was just to come back here and go downstream a little bit more, because there could be some decent places still, which we didn't see. Yeah, what else? I'm feeling a little bit better because we did manage to find a little key of success this morning. So let's just see if we can get our luck back. The same that was working this morning, or something similar, but I wanted to go the safe route, so I tied on back everything the same, but I increased the length between both flies quite a bit, so yeah, that should work as well. And another thing, I really need to replenish my fly box because I'm just losing and taking out. Not so much as going back in. And also, if you have some ideas or the best fly for yourself, you can write in comments what kind of fly is best for grayling and what kind of fly is best for trout, because you know, I'm new to this game and I would like to hear from you. What's your favorite fly? There's a nice trout sitting there, and she just struck my dry fly and missed somehow and just completely jumped out of the water. I want to get her out somehow. The trout was attacking that dry fly, and I don't know why they're not so keen on nymphs. Yeah, it's too bad just I can't see what's happening to the dry fly. For you, it's just like I'm standing near water and that's it. But I can, something took it. Let's get it down closer to that log there. Oh, got one. What's that? That's a grayling, I think. Or a trout. No, that's a grayling. Splashed out. I rarely see that grayling are living in the same hole as trout are. Usually that's one or the other. My bottom fly that is attached to the bend of the hook is like drifting around, so I'm just gonna create a quick knot here so it doesn't slide around on that hook there, so it stays in place. While I was messing around in this little space, I saw a fish, rather heard a fish rising there, and when I took a look I just saw that there was a little of a riffle there. So after this place, which seems amazing, I'll try there as well. Whoa. There was something that showed some interest in the bottom nymph there. Huh. When I dropped the fly in and I was just like dead drifting it. Oh, that was a nice grayling or a trout. I think a grayling though. I don't know why it didn't stick. Now probably that's it. Oh! I'm going crazy. I know if I keep like not landing it, it's gonna... finally! Yes! Oh, how many tries? Like 3 or 4. And that's a big grayling. Woke up. She woke up now. The fly was out already. Nice fin. Oh, there's more. Cleaned off all the muck and grass and trash from the flies. And when I released the grayling, I heard that there's something more there. Oh yeah. So I'm gonna do a couple of casts. I don't know if there's a fish hierarchy in the water, who gets to do what first. But you know, if it's a big fish in a pocket like that, then it's pretty common that the bigger one has like conquered all the small ones out. Still, something is grabbing there. I don't know why they're time to time going to the dry fly. And the best thing that worked here was just dropping the fly pretty high up and then dead drifting it down. When we're just hiking down the stream, when you hear a little riffle or rapids in the distance, all the time feels like, oh yeah, this one is going to be a nice one. But when you arrive, you see that it's pretty shallow and maybe not that good. Always seems like it's a good one from the distance. But there's tons of deer sign. Doesn't look like moose this time. We're working today like crazy. We're hiking kilometer after kilometer, and again we're reaching a point on the river where the water is just getting thinner and thinner, and it's harder and harder to find some kind of a deeper places where some fish might be. You know, you already know the requirements for some ability to catch fish. So yeah, I think we're getting close to wrapping this trip up and hiking back out. I think I'm just gonna check out a couple more bends and in the river, and yeah, turn back. I hope you liked some of the footage we got, some of the, I don't know, emotions, and probably you saw the grit that we're going through. But yeah, this was a fun little expedition, and I surely got to know a lot more about this river, and something in my mental notebook for other time in the year as well. So yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for being with us. Hope you like this one. Yeah, so see you in the next expedition.